In the metals quadrant today, taking a look at the May silver futures contract, which is basing higher. We had a positive move today, but not really an aggressive one, up 15 basis points versus yesterday's settlement. This move for silver actually might look like a down move if you're looking at, depending on what kind of chart you're looking at, because we actually finished lower than the open today. We gapped up and then came off a little bit to finish slightly lower than the open, but slightly higher than yesterday's settlement. On the downside, 25.87.5 was the low. That was down about 70 basis points. And obviously it was a much stronger move earlier in the day. We got up to 26.74, which was up over 2.5%. So if you're looking at it at a daily chart, we've got a very small bear pennant, which could push prices lower technically. But then if you back up a little bit, looking at the daily as well, but you could look at the weekly, you see a pretty strong up channel. It's wide, it's a very volatile channel, but it is angled up going all the way back to November of last year. So longer term, it's still strong, but it wasn't very aggressive today and doesn't look very aggressive in the short term. Now, inflation has been the story, or I should say potential inflation. It's affecting silver as well. Dramatic early rate moves today, which still lasted in toward the end of the day, although they pulled back a little bit, is what gave silver its early strength. You're looking at 247 on the 30-year in toward the end of the day versus 241 post FOMC yesterday. 173 on the 10-year. That got all the way above 175 earlier in the day. That's versus 162 yesterday after the FOMC meeting. And on the 5-year, 86 basis points versus 80 post FOMC meeting yesterday. So this inflation story is what drives the precious metal part of silver and gold. But inflation is not here yet, but rates are showing the potential for inflation to arrive. And that seems to be what's keeping silver bid in the short term. Again, even though today wasn't a very aggressive up move, the next few days will definitely tell the tale in the short to medium term for silver. Friday's close will be very critical. Now, the seasonality of silver actually looks fairly strong. We've got a fairly strong period of seasonality, a bullish seasonal period that begins in the second or third week of March historically, running through early to mid-April. The strongest periods are from mid-December through late February and also late June through August. But this period rivals those two periods in terms of the steepness of the gains, just not the length. The length of it is much shorter than those other two periods. So the seasonality could lend a little bit of help to silver. Also, in the headwinds for silver, the dollar was strong today, the strongest move we've had in the dollar since March 4th. So overall, mixed bag for silver, but when you back up, still in a bullish trend.